the row crops here between corn, beans, and wheat, and what kind of our outlook is, where the strength might be, where there's some weakness, and where the opportunities might lie as well. So keep in mind everything we're discussing is for education and example purposes. Make sure you guys understand, know your own risk tolerance, as we go through the information. Let's start with corn, and when we look at the weekly chart of the December 25 corn contract, really the theme in here has just been range bound. This is a market that's continuing to find support somewhere around that 430 zone. But at the same time, it's really struggling to break out above 450. We looked at the technicals. This is still, decidedly in a downtrend to sideways at best. In our opinion, you probably need to see a supply/weather issue to really get a good push above 450. One thing we are noticing, though, is you are getting a little bit more carry in the market. When you look at the December new crop contract to March of next year, looking at about 50% carry. This is something that we haven't seen a whole lot the past few years. So we are moving back more into an environment that has some carry, and we need to be able to take advantage of that. The other thing we want to just quickly point out is that December 26 contract is trading around 470. If we can get a good weather push in here, wouldn't be surprised to see 490. You need to put your pencil to paper and kind of decide for yourself if those numbers make sense for your operation. But we feel that those are some good values to protect, even if you start small. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5% sales on the 26 contract could certainly be reasonable. But for us, our attitude is always, we hope that's the worst sale that we make. As we go over to the bean side of things, your November 25 weekly chart, this is a little bit more constructive. We've based for quite a while, and then as you can see, we've also finally pushed above that 50-day moving average here, 50-period moving average, fairly decisively. A lot of this is on the back of the oil news and the biofuel refineries information, and so we like the strength. You got to wonder if some of the technical trading is going to kick in here and see if we can't push into that $10.80 to $11 zone when it comes to the Nove bean crop. Now on the bear side of things, though, we have to point out, is 11 going to hold? As again, weather is really non-threatening in here. And then you have to wonder if bean oil on its own, that news is going to be enough to sustain this rally and carry us further. So for us, 11 is really kind of the high water mark with the information that we have out here today. We like that contract has held above 1050. Again, when we look at the the 26 crop, you're trading at about 1085, maybe even close to 11 if we can get a little further push. Got to ask yourself, is $11 beans a good spot to get started, even for the 26 crop? Finally, we're going to go over to wheat. This is your weekly Chicago wheat chart. The biggest strength that we see here in the wheat market is that you really have full carry to take advantage of. So if you're looking at harvest markets right now and you either want to put some wheat in the bin, go ahead and go out and look at selling those deferred month contracts to capture some of the carry you're getting paid to hold on to this wheat. When we look at this December weekly chart, we would say somewhere in that 630 area is probably going to be the high watermark. On the one hand, the bulls are going to point to some of the war and global uncertainty out there. On the other hand, we got to look at U.S. harvest pressure right in front of us and the fact that the pipeline stocks of wheat are certainly adequate. So for us, it's really tough to be overly bullish the wheat market. I think the opportunity here is a lot more on taking care of the carry. But again, when we look at that 26 contract as well, something to consider looking at July on that Chicago side of things, trading around 650. Again, historically, that's usually a pretty good value to protect. This far out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5% sale get started. Again, for us, seems reasonable. We always take the attitude that we hope that that's the worst sale we make. At the end of the day, our job is to keep this grain moving. We're going to grow another crop, so we got to use some of the good values out there. Regardless of when they happen, let's take advantage of them. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. More than happy to help. As always, like the video, subscribe to the channel. We always enjoy making the content for you.